going to do is I'm going to read it aloud. And then anybody's free to ask questions or do anything about it when I read it. My suggestion would be that we would read it, and then people would say, what do you think of this or what do you think of that? But then that whole thing, because as far as I'm concerned, each one of these could be discussed for a year. Just like the 10 Commandments, this is what's the 10 green commandments, just like the 10 Commandments, this is something that one can reflect on over and over and over. And as you change, as you become more conscious, more green, more conservative, more of your resources, more progressive in your whatever, all this stuff as you're on your path, as we're moving along, Every time you do something like this, you become more open. This is why I had a young girl say to me the other day, she's 17, she says, I don't want to live like you do, but I want to be a journalist, and I want to write about people like you. And I said, well, let me tell you something. If you live more like I do, you're going to be opening. You're going to continue this opening process. Every time, if you believe in recycling, and you go to the store, and you say, I can either buy a bottle of tea for $1.50 that's already made, that I can recycle that, or I can buy tea bags, and I can go home and make tea bags and put it in a recyclable container that I don't have to take anywhere else, and make it cold. So you begin to move backwards on all this stuff, and you go, I could do it like this, and then I won't even have to recycle anything, because I'll be all set. So you begin moving back and back, and it opens up ways. You become more creative. I mean, it's like if you're living in a house like this, okay? 8 to 10 people could easily live in a house like this. Easy. This is a massive house. Massive. Now, I know most people here don't consider this a massive house. This is like a normal-sized house. But I look at it, and I see a huge living room that allows for people to get together in meetings, stuff like this, blah, 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 blah. I see a huge dining room. I see a huge kitchen. I see small bathrooms in places, and little places where people can sit. It's so cutesy in the bathroom with the little seat in there. I love that. With the seat on the toilet, I love on the bathtub, I love that. I love that kind of stuff. So I'm always looking at resources and how resources can be used differently and how resources can be shared, because what I found about living in the community I live in, I don't know any more about. I knew about passive solar when I moved there. I knew about vegetarianism. I knew all this stuff that people are doing. I knew that when I moved there. But what I have learned by living there is what it means to be in constant relationship with a larger group of people, where you have to think about what they're going to feel, because you're going to have a meeting and you're going to do consensus. And you really need to think about their feelings. You really need to consider if you should say something and how to say it. You know that one person is 65 and she feels you're too intense and too enthusiastic. I don't know why anybody would think that about me. But, so, I have to learn when I'm talking with her that I scare her. That my just enthusiasm, just like, she just doesn't know what to do with that. She feels inadequate. She feels inept. She feels uncomfortable. So I have to learn that when I'm going to talk to her, I got to chill. And I got to say, how are you doing today? I'm not good at this at all. I'm not good at it at all. This is my growing edge in that community. It's not living without electricity or all of that crap, because I can do that. I'm comfortable in a tent. I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to pay utilities. I don't want to do all that. I'm not willing to do what other people are willing to do for comfort. I'm going to have this comfort in a little, I can be comfortable in a very, very small space because I want my time and I don't want to work and I don't want to do this stuff. I love to work, but I don't want to work for pay. So what I would like to do is read one of these, and then people can either give a response to that, or it's 7 o'clock, or we can